Hey, it's A2A Amazing coming back at you with the top 5 reasons you should not do A2A. Now, in the last video, we gave the top 5 reasons that you should consider doing A2A. Here are the cons. Now, one of my favorite quotes is Thomas Sowell, the economist, when he says, "There are no solutions. There are only alternatives." There's pros and cons to everything. If somebody's only selling you on the pros to something and not letting you know the cons, they're hiding something. There's cons to everything. And of course, there's cons to A as well. Now, granted, a lot of these are the same. A lot of the cons that are in Amazon to Amazon flips, it's a overlap with online arbitrage. These ones I tried to pick out that are maybe a little bit more specific to A, but again, there'll be some overlap. So number 1, cash flow can get wonky. Now that's for a couple reasons. It could be that the sell cycle for some of the inventory takes longer, maybe depending on what you're buying. Maybe Amazon's going to stay in stock and they're going to keep their price low for a while. So it may take you a little while longer to sell through that inventory, because you have to wait for Amazon's price to come back up. Another reason for that is that unlike OA sites that charge you when you make the purchase, Amazon charges you when they ship the inventory. So you may purchase a product and it might not ship for several weeks. And if you're doing this over and over and over again, you might have a lot of charges that haven't hit your credit card yet. After those hit, if you're trying to stagger your credit card statement dates, you might get a bunch of charges right before the end of a statement cycle, or you might have payments declined because you've maxed out that card without these charges hitting yet. So your cash flow cycle can get a little wonky, and you just need to plan for that and pay more attention to that with A2A. I like to use a couple different cards. I do stagger 2 cards for my A2A purchases. And, it's not an issue for us, but everybody's situation is different. And that's something that you really need to consider. Number 2, multiple shipments will arrive for the same order in multiple packages. So if you place an order for 10 items, maybe they all come together in one box. Or maybe they come in 4 or 5 boxes over a week or 2. So when you're receiving inventory for your prep and ship processes, that can be a little cumbersome, a little bit of a pain. If you're ordering from the business account, it will come with a packing slip, which is really nice. It's got an ASIN on it, makes it really easy to receive those. If you order from a retail account, it's a little harder. It's a little more painful, but again, it's not a huge deal. Number 3, high price errors. I think this does happen more often with A2A than OA. Now, obviously, this happens with everybody in every model. I just saw a product yesterday that the brand owner put the product on sale. They had a $1 discount on the product. And when they put it back to normal retail price, they got high price errors. That's just ridiculous. And that's maybe an extreme example. But with A2A, it does happen quite a bit more. Now, one of the reasons for this is, like we've mentioned, Amazon is often price matching other retailers. If they've got a product at $50, Walmart's got it at $25, maybe they're going to drop their price to $25 and you're going to buy that and sell it later. Even if Amazon goes out of stock, but Walmart is still at $25, they may give you high price errors for that inventory. So you might have to wait till those sales are over at other retailers. But again, you can work through it. It's not a huge issue, but it is more frequent. It does happen more with A2A. Number 4, quantity limits. A lot of times these really good deals, Amazon might set quantity limits. Maybe you can buy 1, 2, or 3. Maybe you can only buy 9 or 12. Now, this is not always the case. The highest you can typically buy is 999. And that's, it's not always common. I have purchased 1,200 units of one ASIN in one order. Now, I just told you the limit's 999. So how did I do that? That's a topic for another day. And no, we are not buying on multiple accounts the same inventory. But generally speaking, quantity limits can be more of a hindrance on A2A. So that's a complaint a lot of people have. But we're placing tons of orders all the time. Some are big, some are small. It's all good inventory. We're taking everything. Number 5, generally, this is not replenishable. Now, granted, there are times where you can set up trackers on certain kinds of inventory that you can purchase over and over, But generally speaking, it's a different model. I know a lot of people that focus on replenishable wholesale, replenishable OA, and that's what they do. They're buying the same things over and over and over again. And it really makes their business model easy and simple. Granted, the replens, they come and they go. You got to replace them with new ones. But with A2A, it's a little more active sourcing, less replenishable, but you can outsource it as well. So that's the top 5 cons that I could come up with. If you guys have any other ideas or thoughts, put them down below. If you have any questions, put them down below. Let me know if you want to see videos on anything else, and I'm always happy to do that. Y'all take care.